Now then, talking of housing, this Labour government made a promise that it was going to end no-fault evictions. So I was somewhat surprised to read in the papers yesterday that councils have served almost 200 households with no-fault eviction notices since Labour came to power in July last year. In fact, scrapping these orders, they're known as Section 21 evictions, one of Keir Starmer's main pledges before the election. But they're still lawful. So what's going on? I'm joined by Jules, a tenant who's been issued with a no-fault eviction, who's now campaigning, understandably, against no-fault evictions. Morning, Jules.
Morning, Matthew. Thank you for having me.
What is a no-fault eviction?
A no-fault eviction is otherwise known as a Section 21 eviction, and it's essentially an eviction notice that you can get for anything. The landlord doesn't have to give you a reason for evicting you. They are meant to be scrapped in the new renters' rights bill that's meant to come in any day now.
I believe so, yes, I believe so.
Yeah, but unfortunately, my Labour council and 4 others are using and essentially weaponising Section 21 against their own tenants.
I didn't realise this was a Labour council, so this is a Labour council using a law that is still available to them, but which their government, central government, has said that they want to get rid of you.
Correct.
How does that make you feel?
Oh, God, how does it not make me feel? Like unwanted, undesirable, unwelcome, and just like trash, pretty much. You know, the justification of my council, Lambeth Council, is that they want to make us homeless to house other homeless people. So I don't really know how this exercise is meant to play out in any way that makes sense.
No, you're quite right to mention that there's a Renters' Rights Act coming online. I think it's the end of next week, from just off the top of my head from what I read last night, so I don't quote me on that, but it is very close. Is that likely to provide you with any retrospective protection or rights?
Unfortunately not, because any proceedings that have already been started are meant to continue even if the new legislation comes in the meantime. So, you know, we're still campaigning because we are a bunch of families that don't want to be made homeless, and especially in the name of such a pointless policy that is just meant to make the council look good.
So are you and your neighbours, are you going to contest this no-fault eviction then, legally, if you can?
Absolutely. Oh, hell yeah.
OK, Jules, I wish you all the very best with that. I have to say it's a very uncomfortable situation, I think, for this Labour government to find itself in. That was Jules Cllr.